All right, guys, so I'm going to start dinner. I'm going to make this really easy Mexican chuck roast inside the Instant Pot. This meat is so versatile. You can use it any way you like. I mean, tacos, quesadillas, burritos, chimichangas, tostadas, you guys got it. All right, so I have some simple ingredients here just to make your meat taste amazing. Of course, we're going to add this 3.5 pounds of chuck roast into your Instant Pot. And you can use whatever kind of stock. Actually, I didn't have beef stock. I had some chicken stock and I used that and it turned out fantastic. So you could use water, but if you use a stock, even a vegetable stock, whatever, it just adds a little bit more flavor. So what I got here is a whole garlic, a whole bowl of garlic. Just cut it up in half like this so all the flavor will come out. Just put it in there, toss it in there. I have one thing I forgot to chop up, an onion, a full onion. So I'll do that right now. I'll do that at the last because I already have everything here chopped up. I do scallions too, not scallions, spring onions here. I just got like maybe 4 or 5 of them and I just toss them in here. It just adds so much more flavor. 2 poblano peppers. I just cut them in half like this. You can leave the seeds in or you could take them out. It just adds a little spice if you leave them in, but it's not too hot. And a whole bunch of cilantro like this, like just a handful. And so at the last, I'm gonna add this onion. I'm just gonna cut all this the skin off. This is my go-to every time I'm like, you know what, I need to make something for the week. This will last you a good 2-3 days depending on how much people you have in your family. But I always food prep with this. I make such delicious meals with this. You shred it up, you can fry it. I'll show you at the end what it's gonna look like. So you add your onions in the Instant Pot and then you're gonna add your stock. This time I have a little chicken stock. And I promise you, you won't taste the chicken. It's just your meat will cook really nice. And you're going to add as much as to cover the meat. And even if you don't fully saturate the vegetables or anything, you know, when you cook with an Instant Pot, you still get a little moisture in there. So you like your water doubles up anyway. As long as it's about, what is it, 2 inches in the bottom of liquid, because then you know what happens. It'll tell you that it's burning or something, right? Onto the condiments, the spices that we're gonna use, and this is my go-to all the time. I know they're not the cleanest spices, but I do like these, the all-purpose and Larys garlic salt. We grew up on this, I swear. And another spice that I have been loving so much and I can't stop ordering from Amazon is this Himalayan salt, black pepper, and garlic. I swear to you guys, this is delicious. It goes, oh my god, even on your eggs. So I do about 2. I'm gonna do the dry first so that way I won't get my little measuring spoon dirty. I do 2 of these guy right here, the Himalayan pink, the Mc Cormic one. Now this one is clean because it's paleo, gluten-free. So if you're gluten-free and paleo, this is for you. And also the coconut Aminos, which I rave about so much. I add this to everything. It just adds, it gives it that umami flavor that we love, right? So I do 3 tablespoons of this. I know I said I was going to do the dry first, but I kind of forgot. It's okay. I have another tablespoon measure. So I do 3 of this. This is really rich stuff too, so 3 goes a long way. 3 tablespoons. And now I'm going to just pop off the top of these guys so I could just scoop it out. You can also use bouillons if you have like a beef bouillon or chicken bouillon. You can even do those if you don't have any stock at all. But if you have the bouillon, that's another go-to. It's always good to have little cubes of bouillon, you know, just in case you ever need to make a quick stock. So I only do 1 of these guys, 1 of the Larys, because this stuff is really, it's really salty. So you just want to do one, and also one of the Larys garlic salt. These are really more concentrated because these, if you see, these are have like little granules. So it's like dehydrated onions and a little bit of pepper in there, I believe, and the Himalayan salt. So it's more of a dehydrated kind of condiment there, spice. It's not as granulated, so this one you can add a couple more tablespoons if you like. But yeah, that's pretty much how I do it. I already have it all figured out because I make it so much. I make it maybe twice a week. And like I said, it adds, you can make so much with this meat. You just get it like pulled pork, you just shred it up, put it on your keto pizzas or low carb wraps, everything. I'm just mashing everything down and making sure that I get everything incorporated in there. Yeah, and all we have to do is just pop the top. And I always cook it for 1 hour. 1 hour is good enough. If you want to do a couple hours more, like two tops is good. The meat comes out, I mean, it's just melting when you fork it with a spoon. You know what I mean? It's so tender. So I'm just going to put about an hour. It's already set to 1 hour 25, but let me see. I think I have another set right here. 25 minutes, 3 hours, 125. I will just do 125, and then I could just always stop it before it hits the 25 minutes extra. So yeah, there we go. All right, guys, I'll be back and I'm going to show you what I'm going to make with this delicious beef. All right, guys, this is what the beef looks like. And it's like, as you can see, it's just coming off the tendons here. It's boneless, so look at that. Look at that. It's just so buttery. You could just pull it off with the tongs like that. So we got more here. I'm just going to move the cilantro a little bit. And you know, you can always save the broth as well. Just take off all the veg, strain it, save the broth, freeze it. It's good for something. It's always good for something. Un caldito, you know what I'm saying? Put a little lime in there. Somebody's sick. It just has good nutrients in there. Alright, so that's it. The rest is the veg. But yeah, there you go. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to put inside my little stir fry. It's going to be like a little machaca stir fry. I'll show you right now. Alright guys, now that the delicious pot roast is done, I'm going to go ahead and put it in this famous little shredder that I found on Instagram. Have you guys ever seen it? It's awesome. It's super awesome. You put the meat in there, you do this, and then
saves a lot of time.
Twist it around. Watch, I'll show you right now. Okay, so we're gonna do this in a couple parts, I guess. Just put the meat in here, because I'm gonna make you guys a gisado. And if you guys don't know what a Mexican gisado is, it's just a stir fry. It's just in Spanish, but yeah. Mr. Cameraman, do you want to show everybody how this is done? Alright, we twist a couple times like this. And watch this. Isn't that amazing, guys? Alright, so we're going to do this a couple more times. Alright, guys. So, I'm going to make the guisado. I got here a whole onion. A whole white onion, okay? It's about medium-ish large size, so even if it's large, it's okay. It'll still be delicious. I got 2 ajos right here, garlic, minced already for you. They were pretty large, so if you got 2 tiny ones, make it 3 or 4. But these were 2 pretty big pieces of garlic. I have 2 large jalapeños right here, already chopped. I got 1 bell pepper. It doesn't matter what kind of bell pepper you like, but if you're low carb and keto, you might want to go with the green because it has the less sugars. The brighter the fruit is, well, I think it's technically a fruit, but it's a bell pepper. It has a little bit more sugars in there. It's sweeter. And then I'm going to add a can of Rotel because Rotel makes everything better, right? All right, let me show you how to put this all together. Guys, I'm gonna start with a tablespoon of avocado oil. And by the way, this is my absolute favorite avocado oil because it's so neutral. You can't taste the avocado. You can make mayo, you can make all kinds of dressings, and you will not taste the avo. Believe me. I've tried many brands and they all have that little aftertaste that, you know, we just want a neutral oil, and avocado oil is probably one of the best oils there is, aside from coconut. And that's it. Coconut and avocado, those are plants, but they have good fats in there, and they're not, you know, adulterized or all that nasty stuff that they put, like canola oil and soybean oil. Never. Don't ever use that. And I use animal fats as well. I use ghee is my favorite. Sometimes I use duck fat and sometimes I use tallow. But here we have the 2 garlic cloves. That's what goes in first because this is what's going to add the flavor to the oil that we put in. I always put onions and garlics first. And then I like to almost caramelize it, just at least till they look translucent, so that way the oil grabs all the flavor. Alright guys, so the onion is looking somewhat translucent now. The garlic and the onions are in here right now. So the next thing I'm going to do is put in the jalapeños. And you guys might want to turn on the fan for this one, okay? Because if you don't open your windows and turn on your fan, you're going to be coughing. Especially if you're sensitive to a lot of spices where you cook them and the aroma comes out, it kind of makes you want to cough. But it's more with the serranos. The jalapenos are okay. And we didn't have the seeds in here. I threw them out. Kind of took them out so you don't get that seed stuck in your mouth and it will create a little hot spot there. And then we're going to add the bell pepper. That's 1 whole head of bell pepper. Guys, lastly, we're going to add the Rotel. And you want to cook all these veggies here to where it's like tender but soft. Alright? Because you're going to put the meat in there and it's going to make everything softer. We're going to go in with the Rotel. The little tomatito with, what is it? Green chilies. A tablespoon for the veggies of the pink Himalayan salt, the black pepper, and the garlic. And I'm going to use another half a tablespoon. Just the garlic powder from the Larys, this one right here, the garlic salt. Because the meat is so flavorful already, I just want to go ahead and add flavor to the veggies, okay? And just stir fry it for another minute. Guys, it's time for the meat. Look at how beautiful that looks. Nice and shredded. We're going to go ahead and toss this all in here. Give it a good mix. Make sure everything is incorporated together. Fry it up a little bit. If the juices come down, for any case, or if you feel like it's too dry, always save some of that stock, like I said before, because you can add a couple tablespoons, maybe half a cup, or just put it away for whatever occasion you will need it. But if you think this is too dry, just add a couple teaspoons at a time, a couple tablespoons at a time, I mean. But I promise you, you will love this. It's so delicious. So let me just finish up making this meat and I'll show you what it looks like after. So, alright guys, look at this delicious shredded carnita right there. This is a pot roast. Look at how shredded that is, okay? It's so tender, so juicy. I didn't even have to put any more of the stock in there because remember, chuck roast has a lot of fat in it. So, you know, look at that. Look at how shredded that is. You can use it however you want, as a stuffing, a filler. Today we're gonna make taquitos. Okay guys, we're ready to make our taquitos, but I wanted to let you know what we're using. We're using cut the carbs. So this is the way I cut it. This is the way I make them. I know there's a lot of recipes on Instagram, but this is the way I cut them. I go long side half, and then I go ahead and cut him half of that, make them into like rectangles, like so. And I have a couple that I already made with just one, so you pretty much get 4 for one, and that's 9 net carbs for the flatbread, for the cut the carbs. And then you have to count. It's very trivial with the veggies in here. It's very, very trivial because you're not going to eat all of it. You're just going to eat a couple of bell peppers and onions here and there. So I would say per serving, for something like this, roughly estimated, okay, because I did not weigh it or anything, I would say maybe 11 total carbs. And just by itself, remember, we're going to add all these condiments later. The iceberg lettuce is very little. The guacamole has almost nothing. It just, you got to make sure that you get a guacamole that's not made with, you know, fillers in there. Just avocado and very little veg, so that way you can keep the carbs low. And here we got sour cream and salsa. All right. So here we go. I'm going to show you how to wrap these up real quick. We got some of the meat here, and will you believe it that there's like 3 times more of this in the pot still. I just got this little guy here, so it'll start cooling off, but we still got more meat. Like I said, that this meat goes a long way. It can last you from 2 to 3 days. You can make really, really delicious recipes with this, and then you just roll it up like this, like so. Okay, my cameraman, do you want to zoom in a little bit so they can see?
Of course.
All right, let's do it. Okay, I'm going to show you up close right here how we do it. And you don't want to overstuff these either, okay? We don't want to overstuff them too much because we're going to do a lot of toppings. So we grab this here. Make sure everything stays in, you know, so you don't want anything falling apart. There you go. So for now, we're just going to do 2. Cut the carbs, so it's going to be a total of 8 taquitos. All right, and then we're going to air fry them. So I'll show you right now how we baste these guys so we can have them nice and crispy. All right, guys, you know that I showed you that avocado oil, right, by Nutiva, and if you didn't catch it, I'll show you the bottle right now. This is my favorite because if you think avocado oil is a little off, it's because it has that little taste to it. This one right here, it's actually really delicious. It's very neutral. Like I said, you can make dressings and whatever you want, and it doesn't have that aftertaste that we don't like, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and baste these a little bit. I'm gonna rub them a little bit with avocado oil so they can get that nice crispiness and brownness that we like. Now, this is a good option if you're going low-fat keto or low-fat carb, you know. You just want to get a little bit of fats, but not too much. Because remember, the fats are going to add up on your calories. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn these around real quick to kind of rub them a little bit on the bottom as well. Okay. So I'll get back to you as soon as all of these are done, and I'll show you how I put them in the air fryer. Alright, so I'm lining all of these guys up in the air fryer, like so. One of these guys opened on me, so I gotta fix one. Oh, and exactly. So I'll fix the other one that kinda, there you go. And I put it at 390 for about maybe 10 to 12 minutes. Alright guys, they're done. As you can see, air fried. See, less fat, still crispy. We're gonna assemble them now, okay? So cameraman, how many do you want?
All of them.
All of them?
It's been a long day.
I know, he's been filming me forever, so he's just when are they gonna be ready? Alright.
Surviving on oranges.
Well, I'll give you 5 and you can leave me 2 because I'm hungry too. Alright. You know how it goes, guys. We're gonna get a little lechuga here. Actually, we're gonna do a little avocado first, so the lettuce can actually stick to the roll tacos. Just a little. Just a little, kind
It's
of
a
like,
good cooking tip.
kind of like a mayo, you know, just a binder. There we go, a binder. I'm gonna do a little bit of lettuce, shredded lettuce. You know what I forgot? I forgot the cheese. It's okay, we'll get it right now. We're gonna do a little salsa here. And all of these condiments, you could use whatever of your choice. You can homemade it, you can buy it already made, it doesn't matter. They're still gonna be delicious because the meat itself is just delicious. Now we're gonna put another layer of avocado here, because that wasn't enough, and you know how it is, guys. Extra avocado is always better. And then we're gonna do a little bit of this here, a dollop of daisy. We're doing American sour cream, okay? No crema right now because I didn't have a chance to go pick up some crema, but it's all good. It's all the same. And then we're gonna top it off with a little bit of these jalapeños here. Now the jalapeños are virtually like carb free, so feel free. That's what I say, especially if you work out a lot. You don't really have to worry so much, you know. Now, if you're really in a hurry of losing weight and you're really watching what you eat, then maybe you should watch a little bit more of the carbs from the veg. All right, guys, so I didn't have the cotija cheese, but this is just as similar. This is the Parmesan Romano, and I got this big bag from Smart and Final, because I like making like little chips with these too. And there you have it. Enjoy, my friends. Low carb, keto, lots of protein, good fats. Oh, and I'm gonna enjoy mine with a hard kombucha. Vegan and keto. If you haven't tried this one, it's so delicious. I highly recommend if you love kombucha. See you later. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.